I'm really sorry. Let me get this turned down, guys. Hang on. Ooh. I am so sorry. Ah. Okay, that's better. I wish it would stop doing that. And it does it again. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Wish I could just pop the damn chat. Ugh. There it is. Now that that part's taken care of, can go back here. All right, cool. Well, now if anybody's actually paying attention, I will fire this puppy off in the next few minutes, 4 to be exact. Let's take a look at the skirmish. Well, let's look at the mech bay. What do you think? Oh. Personally, I think I'm thirsty. Cool. I don't have a lance set up. I want to see my mechs. Apparently I have... Oh, there's... pardon me. Love it when my family interrupts and they know for a fact I am doing something. Alright. What is that? Mech called an Awesome. Okay. Ugh. I hate it when it does that. Cool. I know the chat works. Look at this guy. Medium laser, autocannon 10, medium laser, LRM 15, SRM 4. So that's a heavy? I guess it is. Over 60. These are assault mechs. Atlas. Atlas 2. King Crab? What the? Come on, let's take a look at it. See what it looks like. Show me. Oh. Okay. Banshee. Two completely different variants. Okay. It's twice as tall. Why is this thing twice as tall? Huh. Oh, good grief. All right. Here we go. It is now 9 p.m. Eastern Time, firing up a new campaign. Sorry. Heat management is a major concern in this game, and definitely need to keep in mind your environment. That's just like it was when we played this on tabletops with pen and paper. Well, if I'd known it was going to be this slow to load, I would have done it sooner. You watch, it'll be my luck. This thing will just stop. For sake. Ow.
I am Kamea of House Urano, High Lady of the Oregon Reach, Protector of Coromadir, and the Sword of Restoration. But I am not a hero, no matter what the stories say. A hero would have sacrificed more, compromised less. A hero would have done better. You know this, of course. You were there.
I were? I were.
My father used to tell me stories about the ancient times. About the Star
Before
League.
the Empire? Oh.
A golden age of prosperity. Upheld by the great mech warriors of old. Guardians of the innocent. Protectors of the peace.
Yep.
I always dreamed of following in their footsteps.
Comstar.
I was too young to see the truth of things. After all, it wasn't heroism or a noble cause that won me the throne. It was hiring a mercenary, skilled enough, perhaps ruthless enough, to carry the day.
Well, I think we're
Hiring
noticing.
you. I still don't know if you fought for honor or for the thrill of it, for belief in my cause, or just in my money.
A little bit of all
But
four?
whether it was your noble heart or mercenary mind, your actions gave us hope. That makes you a hero in the eyes of history.
A true
Whether
hero.
you believe it, that's up to you.
Okay, if any of you want to know more about the lore and history of BattleTech and the Succession Wars, I will be happy to provide you a link. But most of that can be found in Wiki, and the reason this basically fits into the canon of up to and including the Third Succession War is because the guy who created the game Jordan Weissman is actually one of the people who helped develop this video game version. He created the original pen and paper version with Fossa Corp, and yeah, it's been around for over 25 years. Played it in high school myself. Had a lot of fun with this game. We got very creative. What happens here is when you start up the game, now you're going to have to pick, as you can see, the next button. What you're going to do is go through your background. You're going to determine, how you got into the Oregon Reach, what happened to your family. You come from nobility, blah 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 blah, and those decisions now will make slight changes in the story later. I have not actually finished this game. I'm doing this new playthrough. I didn't get terribly far into it, but I do know that different choices here make different available decisions later. Here we go. So, background. Decades ago, your family came to the Reach from, and you get to choose from which area, and you can see Kurita, Merrick, Davion, Steiner, and Liao. Those are the 5 major houses of the succession. The successor states. The 5 major houses and the 5 major divisions of humanity now in the galaxy. All of these 4 minor ones down here are kind of like outlier states. They're not major powers, but they're not pushovers either. I'll go with the Magistry of Canopus because I happen to like this one. While smaller than the great successor states of the Inner Sphere, which are the 5 big guys, and Inner Sphere is the cluster around Earth. The Magistry of Canopus is one of the major powers in the Rimworld periphery, which is where we are. And it's a matriarchal society. The Magistry supports an open society that ensures the personal liberty of all citizens and their right to live their lives as they see fit. So it's a female-run libertarian government. I think I could deal with that. I would be very happy. But the thing that really made me come into this was that they often favor clever and unorthodox tactics on the field. That's definitely the way I used to play BattleTech. So I am of noble. Well, I guess that's not an option. You are of noble birth. Remember that, my friend. You are of noble birth. So, long story short, too late. I'm going to go through this real quick. Making choices that, as you can see, are going to affect my capabilities. Piloting, tactics, gunnery, guts. And these are the 4 stats that you can have as a character. Gunnery and tactics. Yeah. And there's the 2 that I like the best. Gunnery and guts. Piloting keeps you from being knocked down. Guts determines how easily your character is to be injured, as well as some things about your mech. Gunnery obviously is how well you can shoot, and tactics that comes in handy. Where one of the abilities you get is called sensor lock, and it allows anybody with long range weaponry to shoot whatever it is you got a sensor lock on. Very handy. So I'm going to go with Coalition Soldier. And let's see. What should we call my guy here? Bob of Doom. No. Medal. No. Call sign. That's a good one. Now this is really cool. You can choose male pronouns, female pronouns, or neutral pronouns. How's that for fucking awesome? Go harebrained schemes. Love you guys. Let's see. Anybody that's goofy looking like me? That's pretty close. Yep. That's goofy looking like me. Ooh, hey, what happens if you hit random? Random call sign. Vengeance, range bull, flounder. Flounder. I am the Lance Commander known as Flounder. Flounder. Funnel web? At least that's a kind of spider. Beehive. Low ball. Low ball. That's creepy. Alright, let's just go with that guy's face. And here we go. Basically, Santiago Espinosa here wants to martialize all of the militaries of the founding houses of the Reach here. I'm glad I didn't choose a call sign like Fart Blaster or Wheezing Bag of Penis Tips, like, I don't know, something Deadpool might say. Although that would have been very me. I really hope this thing is working. It was earlier. I checked. Excuse me. Just moving some wires around. Alright, so the first thing you're going to see when you come in this, starting up a new campaign, is it's going to take you through the basics of movement and the very basics of combat. Since I played the beta as a backer for this game on Kickstarter, on Kickstarter, I promise I haven't been drinking yet. This was kind of a review for me, but I'm going to take you guys through it in case you've never played a game like this, or XCOM, or Shadowrun.
Command interface initiated.
Alright, so you can move the camera by using the WASD to move as you can see here. You can rotate the camera using Q and E, and it rotates around the center of the screen. So they fixed my old mech. Okay, we're gonna get the we're gonna run it through some paces. Alright, so that's the target, and it says first I gotta select me.
I'll come right out and say it, kid. I wasn't
Thanks, Raj. And you can choose any of the white dots you can get to. Now you'll see this. You see this yellow-orange line here? That's actually the boundary of your mission area. So don't do that. I'm sorry, not the mission area. That's the boundary of range to this whatever objective point. Shows up a lot in the game. Back to camera movement. You can also pitch and roll it here, or you can pitch it up and down. I'm using the left mouse button and moving it up and down. You can also pivot the camera that way if you selected a target, like in this case myself. I can move the camera around that target. If I hit escape, I'll change that, and now I can lock onto Raj over here, or the test dummy, and I can now pivot around him, or I can move off screen. So that's the basics of camera movement. Fairly intuitive. If you've ever played a game like this before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I click the destination and then click it again, and my mech starts moving. These guys did just an absolutely amazing job on this.
Like I was saying, I can't prove anything, but my gut tells me something's off, and a warrior trusts their instincts.
Yes, sir. To give you an idea of the level of detail to which they went on these, I mean, just look at this. It's incredible. I mean, they modeled the whole mech and painted it. I mean, this is the range you're normally looking at it from. They didn't have to do that. I mean, it's amazing. You get down here to the point where you can see like chunks of the trees sway. I mean, that's cool. It's not just a painted landscape. It's 3D, and some of them are completely randomized. And the weather effects are randomized, and they actually do stuff. Alright, so now the order here is to select the target with my mouse, or press tab to cycle between them. Later on, you actually get a skill that allows you, if you put points into gunnery, it'll allow you to shoot multiple targets in one turn. But in this case, I've selected test dummy on the left, the UMR60, and as you can see, I can fire all of my weapons and hit it with a 95% probability of hit of success. And this thing over here is my heat gauge. So if I turn some of these off by clicking here, you can see the amount of heat that I'm going to generate goes down. Heat gets dissipated over time, or if you're standing in water, or if you're in a cold environment, faster, and it gets dissipated more slowly if you're in a hot environment, or an environment without an atmosphere, like a moon or a tundra, or I should say low atmosphere. So keeping an eye on that heat gauge is very important, because if it reaches this point, where the red line is, it'll shut down your mech, and it'll take a full turn, or one phase, one of the two, depending on the mech, to restart. Usually it's one full turn. This down here is your stability meter. When you start taking hits, you start getting wobbly. Your piloting skill moves that little white bit further up, so you can be more unstable and still remain upright. If your stability meter hits that white marker, your mech falls down, and you're moved one initiative phase down, and that'll make sense here in just a minute. So anyway, I'm gonna turn off my auto cannons, and I'm gonna shoot this guy right in the face. So I'm just gonna click the attack button, because it's the big blinking thing, and then I'm gonna hit fire.
Engaging target.
And I'm gonna destroy it, because
Enemy mech destroyed.
it was stationary and it was no armor. And here now comes a small vehicle. He's doing...
Daughter to me, and her late father, High Lord Damati, was a good
So he's spouting exposition about Karano and her father. And I am going to run down here and punch this thing in the face. Or not. It's not going to let me move. I guess I'm just going to shoot it in the face. And I don't need all of the firepower. So I'm just going to use the autocannon 2, which are known as the sniper autocannons because they have an absurdly long range, which right now is not being accounted for. Whoops. Oh yeah, targets that are...
Pulls no punches, but she's been a loyal companion to Kamea since they were kids. Aside from you, there's no one I'd rather have by my side in a fight.
Targets that have moved are considered evasive, and targets that are behind trees and whatnot are considered covered, and it makes it more difficult to hit. I forgot to take that into account. So, I'm going to shoot him again. Only this time I'm going to fire all 4 lasers, since they won't let me just go down there and kill it.
Targeting rear armor.
Rear armor is always thinner. I don't know why. It's a built-in mechanic in the original
Enemy
game.
unit destroyed.
Now it's everywhere. Jump jet time. Alright. New feature. Choose me. Now, jump. Now this only works for mecha that are equipped with jump jets. And there are some that are not. Now, what you didn't see before is I did not pick an orientation. I didn't tell you that I didn't choose this arc. Because whenever you're moving by walking, if you're moving at full speed or your maximum distance, your arc is going to be wherever you're, because it takes movement points, so it's going to be wherever you're facing. In this case, since I'm jumping, I can pivot in midair, and I can end up facing the other direction. I'm not going to.
Enemy detected.
You'll notice
Yeah, I was afraid of that. Jump jets build a lot of heat, and that was more than your engine could handle. Head on into that water. We need to get you cooled off.
see, terrain and heat management actually makes a difference. So getting into the water will drop my heat level, which as you could see was very, very high. Now saying I can no longer jump. Alright, so you saw my heat dropped immensely. So now I can fire all of my weapons almost non-stop while I'm standing in the water. It does come with a downside. You cannot sprint, you cannot run as fast in the water. So you won't be as evasive. Tactics. Now I'm going to show you how to do a melee attack. So if you get a yellow square around your target, that means they're within range for you to walk up and melee them. And that's exactly what we're going to do.
Engaging physical attack.
See? Melee. And that's the way this mech melees. Other ones melee differently. Like mechs with movable arms, unlike gun mounts like mine has. They actually punch, or if they're missing their arms, they'll kick, or if you're attacking a vehicle on the ground, you stomp on it. They animated it very intelligently.
Push that engine, kid. If something goes wrong today, I want to know that your mech can maneuver.
Sir, yes, sir. I guess now we're going to talk about the evasion. So when you use a normal move, you can reach the end of your move and attack either by ranged or by melee. If you sprint, it uses all of your movement points to move. There's nothing left as you, to initiate an attack, and as you can see, I can't turn very far. I've only got a 180 degree arc to deal with, instead of being able to walk to a point and turn all the way around. So I know we're going this way because I can see him. We're going to sprint at full throttle. Hey, what's where you're shooting there, buddy? And as you can see, I had an evasion marker, and when I was shot at, my evasion went down just a little, by 1. Whenever you sensor lock someone, their evasion goes down as well.
An impressive display, Sir Raju. Of course, this mech warrior was a student of yours. I'd expect them to know their way around the cockpit.
And that's Lady Arano. And as you can see, just by walking, I can't get inside the... so I'm going to go sprint and run all the way inside. Doo-doo-doo. Whoosh. Da-da-da-da-da. I'll let you guys read this some other time. This part's just build up, mostly exposition, talking about how the Espinosa and the Arano families have been working together for the Reach for a long time, and Victoria and Kamea are cousins and friends. It's a very well told story. I'm just trying to move things along quickly. Oh, I seem to have lost my... Whoops. Hey, Commander Root, how are you today? Thanks for joining in. On to the next stage.
I remember the Oregon Reach of old, the time of the Great Expansion. I was just a boy then.
He's old.
Proudly we went forth, bringing the light of our coalition to so many systems. And for what? To see our great kingdom slowly waste away? Year after year, the Council deliberates while our economy falters. And the wolves bay at every door, while covetous neighbors plot against us. Well, I say, it can go no further. We are here today because if Lady Arano will not act, someone must.
Of course he means him.
I know what I'm asking of you. You will face former comrades, or even loved ones, on the battlefield. I take up arms against my own niece. But remember, today we sacrifice so that tomorrow we can return our kingdom to its proper glory, to its proper strength. So should you fall tonight, know that you did so as true heroes of the Reach. To your stations, for the Directorate!
Drop ships, by the way. Can you guys hear me? I love the little blurbs that they put up here on the screen. They're all from up to the Third Succession War canon that come from the novels, which were also a lot of fun to read when I was in high school. And if you backed the game on Kickstarter, one of the stretch goals that we hit easily was a new set of novels. Priority contracts, we'll get into that a little bit later. gonna be one of those days. I should say it's already been one of those days. I don't know why it's doing this. I do apologize. Wow. Well, it says I'm still in game, so that's good. Now if I could just convince it to show up on screen, that would be nice. The fuck? It's like it's restarting. That's not right. Oops. I may have goofed. Oh dear. Okay, finally. Thank goodness. Whew. Sorry about that. Yeah, I apologize. I may have to cram some more RAM into this thing because I think that its slowness is my fault.
Command interface initiated.
Yay! What the fuck? What the hell is going on? Alright. So, you'll get to see some of the special abilities I was talking about a little earlier. Well, you know what they say, lady. When there's smoke, something's being oxidized.
This is damn odd. And I don't like it. Kid, keep your head on a swivel and be ready for anything.
Swivel, 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 swivel. Sir, yes, sir. Okay. It's locked up on me again. It didn't do this earlier. I streamed a test video earlier privately so that, you know, I wouldn't record it or anything. And it did just fine. Ugh. I guess it finally caught up. Okay. So, that's me. There's Kamiya. And there's Raju. So I'm going to pick him first. And full sprint to right there.
Moving out.
And I'm going to pick me. Full sprint to right behind him.
Whatever's happening here, I won't let it derail your coronation. Your people
Effectively, this is the second half of
I will prove myself worthy of the faith you've placed in me.
the tutorial.
I have no doubt.
Sometimes you'll have to move the camera to be able to see the spots to which you should be able to move. There's also a key you can press. I believe it's Alt. And it will show you. Let's find out. It's not going to do it. Yeah. I think it's Alt during normal gameplay, and it'll show you all of the spaces to which you can move. You don't have to actually keep moving your cursor around to see them. It'll put out all the white dots. Whoops. Oh yeah, if you hit the number key, I mean, say a number, like 1 is attack, 2 is move, 3 is sprint, 4 is jump, 5 is sensor lock, which I mentioned earlier, 6 is multi-target. I also mentioned that earlier. That's the one where you can shoot up to 3 targets simultaneously. Excuse me. Now, 1, 2, 3, and 4 are the same for everybody. Whether you've got jump jets or not, that option is there to jump. The stuff from 5, 6, and 7 are determined by your mech warrior's stats. 7, 8, and 9, I'm sorry, 8, 9, and 0 are the same for everybody again. And those are, 8 and 9 are based on your morale, which we don't have yet, and 0 is brace. And as you can see, it will automatically end your turn, but it will remove any unsteadiness, and you'll gain 50% damage reduction and 50% stability damage reduction for the remainder of the turn. Alright, so let's go ahead and move out.
Confirm.
Autobots, roll out. Yeah.
Acknowledge. I'm moving.
And now we get into the... Hey.
Affirmative.
Acknowledged. This is where it gets fun. Dun dun dun, 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 dun. If the road is clear, why is your mech damaged? Overdue for maintenance, huh? So you say. However, there was a parade today. Dun dun dun. See? Parade duty.
Fall back, Command. Get behind us.
You didn't
Time for a
train me
fight.
to power, Raju. You trained me to fight.
Safeties disengaged.
Okay. There are 5 phases. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And they're determined by whether or not you have weighted and your mech's weight. How heavy it is. The lightest mechs move in phases 5 and 4. Assault mechs move in phase 1. The medium and heavy mechs are in 3 and 2 respectively. So right now, somehow, oh yes, certain abilities let you move earlier as well. So Mastiff is able to move in phase 4. So I'm going to do a little quick thinking here, and I'm going to move over here and punch the crap out of this guy. If I can. There we go. Alright, so this is something I didn't get to show you earlier. When you choose to make a melee attack, you see on the ground there are other positions. So I can either attack him straight on, or I can flank, and that's what I'm going to do in this case. So I'm going to choose to melee first, and then choose the position from which to melee. The reason I'm doing that is twofold. One, it gives me a shot at the arm, which can remove weaponry. 2, it frees up a direct line sight field of fire for the guys behind me. Translation, it makes it easier for them to shoot this guy. Which is definitely important because right now, Raj is outnumbered 2 to 1. And as you can see, we're both labeled phase 3. Phase 4, phase 4, phase 3. So, we're both going to get to move up, and I'm going to shoot that guy. He's already injured. Oh, I didn't show you that I needed to double check my ranges on that, because now, as you can see when I pick the target, only 65% chance to hit with the laser, and 80% chance to hit with the autocannons. So I'm going to shoot them all, because as you can see, it's not going to do much to my heat. And that's called an alpha strike.
All weapons committed.
Pew 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 pew. And now that guy's basically unarmed. Was bad, I'm sorry.
I'm listening.
Well, not really. Before you actually commit to a move, you can choose where you want to be, and you can test your ranges. So as you can see, she's just a little too far away to shoot with the SRMs, which is short-range missile. Basically, anything over 50, under 50-50 is really chancy at best. And right here, she can hit that guy ish. But with the LRM-5, she can nail him from this range. Now, if we had sensor lock, she could just fire the LRMs from here. Neat that. Now, she's got an ability, like I said, she can shoot multiple targets. Now, if she just fires a single round, she gets this thing called breaching shot, which ignores cover. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the multi-target. So I'm going to pick this guy first, and this guy is second. Oh, wait. I guess I ought to move. Let's try that again.
You have my attention.
Move.
Location confirmed.
Thank you. Crazy princess. Either I'm going to kill her or I'm beginning to like her. Multiple targets. So I'm going to use the SRMs on this guy and the LRM. So I'm going to do nothing but fill this guy full of missiles. So I've labeled him A. and the fully operational target B. So I'm going to send, oops, my lasers at B along with the long-range missiles, and all 18 short-range missiles are going at A. So here we go. Just making sure. I don't know why they're okay. So yeah, here we are, firing. Now you get to see her shoot at both targets. Oh. Oh, that was bad. Very bad. Alright, so again, now we're back in phase 4, and Mastiff gets to fight. Now, the reserve button allows me to move somebody later into the into a later phase, or a lower number. So, for example, if I saved Mastiff all the way down to phase 1, or in this case phase 2, he could actually move 2 times in a row. Instead, what I'm going to do is move over here and shoot this guy with an autocannon and 2 medium lasers. Turn off the LRM-10. I'm sorry, yeah. And fire. You'll notice that the steadiness meter is taking damage. So they are slightly unsteady. If they take too much more damage, they will get knocked over. And I forgot to check my ranges again, because I'm just having one of those days. Alright, you'll see that the heat meter has now turned red instead of orange, because now it's not heat that's incoming, it's heat that I have to dissipate. So now if I alpha strike this guy again, that orangish yellow section is how much more heat I will gain. So instead of firing everything, take out one of the lasers and it drops my heat considerably.
Engaging target.
I think you guys have a good idea of how this works now, so I'm just going to go ahead
Tell me what you need.
and move full bore here.
Affirmative.
And you know her heat is considerably higher, so I definitely don't want to punch him with everything. Look at that, one laser, one. Look at all the heat. Oh yeah, the SRMs produce a boatload of heat. So definitely want to, yikes. Yeah, see, everything that she's got produces huge amounts of heat. So what you're seeing here in this, where it says if I turn everything off, at the end of her turn, the flashing part goes away. So I would actually be losing heat. And as long as we're playing this little game here, I can just make adjustments back and forth. See, there's nothing I can do. There's no way that this will work with me firing the SRMs. So I'm just going to fire 2 lasers, and I'm going to lose about a third of the heat that I've generated.
I'll make it happen.
And that's the tactic behind triggering weapons at different times in different ways. So now here we go again. I'm going to punch this guy. This time I'm going to attack from this side because he's got an arm there.
Roger that.
And let's see if I can take it out.
The hell
Oops. Nope, not that time. Yes, you did. He's probably going to try a back attack. Yep. That was the only drawback. Oh, he was too close for the autocannon. Oh, there are minimum ranges. If you're too close for something, it grossly lowers your chance to hit. So long-range weapons stay at long range. Like these autocannons that I've got. See? They're terrible at close range. And I mean terrible. So from right here, they're okay. And you can see there's these three zones. That's short, that's medium, and that's long. So depending on your loadout, those bands will change, both in thickness and distance from your vehicle, your mech. So if I run over here and turn, you'll notice that he's inside short range. So that means to try and hit him from here with the autocannons, which are long-range weapons, terrible, terrible idea. So now that you know that, I'm not going to shoot him with the autocannons. I'm going to shoot him with everything else. And this is why the Blackjack is good at medium to long range harassment.
Engaging target.
Now he's got no arms. Now this particular mech is called a Shadowhawk, and it's got a weapon on its shoulder, right next to its head, on its center torso, called an autocannon, and it is most unpleasant. Now, the good lady here is going to come in and punch it in the back of the head. Never tried this before. Nice nut punch. The reason I say I've never tried it before is because you can play this scenario over and over again, and the AI acts slightly different each time, based on a couple of different things, and not the least of which is whether or not you successfully hit them. So there isn't a distinct element of randomness. Really, really interesting replayability. The very first time I played this, I actually lost both of my arms, as my mech lost both of its arms. Made me useless. Alright, so we're supposed to go to a completely new location and meet up with our reinforcements. So we're not going this way anymore. Although, you know, it'd be really cool if we did. It's up there's that orange line. That's the edge of your mission area. Can't go past that where you're not supposed to. But there's our new destination. This blue line is maximum range of your sensors. So enemies that enter inside the blue circle can be detected by your sensors. They may just show up as an unknown mech or an unknown vehicle if they're out of line of sight, or they're too far away, or your sensors aren't good enough. If somebody else gets line of sight on it, or a sensor lock, ta-da! Everybody can see it, and everybody can shoot it, depending on their weapons.
Moving out.
So, like the Kintaro here,
Heads up. We've got company.
she has long-range missiles, which are basically
Copy that.
ballistic missiles. Well, not ballistic missiles. They're missiles that can be fired as artillery. So, sensor lock gives everybody a line of sight to hit bonus, as well as it paints a target so that long-range artillery, long-range missiles, can shoot it from outside line of sight. So let me give you an example of how this works. So if I move him up to there, his sensor area will be right there. So if I move to, let's move him right here. Get some high ground.
Picking up another hostile.
Yeah, so now you can see even farther. And I'm going to click on that guy. So let's go sensor lock that dude.
I've got a sensor lock.
So there we go. Now it's sensor locked, and I know now it's called a galleon, which means it's a laser tank. I also know that it's being piloted by a recruit. That just basically means that it's a low-level pilot, and
Standing by.
as you can see, I can move her now to right here, where she cannot actually see the target. I don't have to, but I'm just showing you. But I can still target it with the LRM-5. Isn't that cool? In fact, I probably should. Ah, nuts. Oh well. Let's see. All 5 of them hit. 100% hit ratio. That usually doesn't deter the AI tanks for some reason. Scorpion is pretty much a standard tank. It fires an autocannon. Now it's my turn. I'm going to move and put myself in LOS, line of sight, with the target that has been painted, the galleon. Now this should allow me to just pound it with, as you can see, every single thing I've got. I believe the phrase is mercilessly. The blackjack is very good at managing its heat.
Nice job, kid. One fewer hostile on the board.
And that's basically how this entire thing goes.
Enemy unit destroyed.
You end up learning position and facing makes all the difference in the world. But it's not just about the tactical combat, which, in my opinion, is first-rate and a lot of fun.
Rep that.
But there is a very deep storyline to this entire game. As I said, I haven't gotten to finish it. Excuse me. But we do know how it's going to end. So, we know.
Armor's in bad shape.
Sorry, dude. We do know that this game starts out with her taking the throne back. So, we know how the main campaign is supposed to end, but I have no idea how I'm supposed to get there. We also know that HBS, Harebrained Schemes, made this open-ended, so that once you finish the main campaign, it's not just a, okay, I'm done, and play it over again. You can continue to take missions and fly around the universe, or the galaxy, or at least one part of it, and kick some ass. There's also a PvP section called the Gladiatorial Arena.
Got my attention.
Alright, let's see. If I go there, I can hit 2 targets. If I go here, I can hit 3. And remember, since he's moving, he gains evasion. Multi-target. 85, 85, 85, 45. Ha ha ha. He gets a 90 for the LRMs. Okay. So... I've never tried this before either. Not this particular thing. I mean, I've done multi-shot before, obviously, but I've never tried shooting all 3 of these guys with Mastiff before. Like I said, the game changes subtly every time you play it. Oh, this white bar you can see right here is the armor rating. And any of them that you click on, it'll also tell you from this red part is how you're attacking it. So I'm attacking it from this quadrant. This one, I'm attacking from the right-hand side. So if something's already damaged, then you can tell how you can maneuver into position to really get up. You also get that it's weak against melee, and that it's not in great shape. Little modifiers down here. Whoops. I accidentally hit the escape key. There we go. Alright, so everybody gets a bullet.
Damn you for making me do that, son.
Damn. Autocannon is no joke, man. Kind of poetic that a striker gets a missile strike, because that's what they do. Since I've got some medium range capability, I'm going to move up and smoke this guy like a blunt. Since I am a recruit, I don't have any special abilities yet. I just happen to be a fairly good shot. Alright, checking my heat meter. NBD. I don't know, man. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go this way, because as odd as it may seem, skipping the closer target, because I don't know if you can tell, it angles down over this rock, and there are times that the game will actually shoot through the rock, and it'll block the shot. So
Engaging target.
I'll take it.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Now Kamea's turn. And since somebody's got line of sight, as you can see, she can fire in an arc over everybody. Indirect fire. So again, the LRM-10s come in as artillery. And the 10 is the SRM-6, SRM-2, 4, LRM-5, LRM-10. That's the number of missiles that are fired. So when I shoot this thing, it's going to fire 5 missiles, and each one of them is going to have that percentage chance to hit. Ta-da! So now this thing's going to come up and shoot one of us, and whoever it shoots at is probably going to run up on it and stomp on it.
Bastard. That was a solid hit.
Actually, since I want Roku to use his ability to sensor lock, I'm not Roku, Raj to use his ability to sensor lock. I'm going to attack. Good grief! Let me zoom in. I'm going to melee attack this vehicle. Since there's already damage done to the front, I'm going to do it from the front. So you get to see they're weak against melee.
Engaging physical attack.
Squish. Works almost every single time.
Enemy unit destroyed.
So now if I move Raj up a little bit.
Fall in behind me.
Oh no. No, no. We're too late. I'm on the move.
Follow my lead.
Alright, my reinforcements are saying your uncle did this. What's that sound? Oh God!
Alexander!
That's an orbital bombardment, by the way.
I'll make it happen.
So she's got mostly medium and long-range weapons. I want to keep her in the rear. Loved you like a sister. Your house is weak. You basically are. They're gnashing of teeth right now. I don't want to gloss over the dialogue because I don't think highly of it. I'm glossing over it so that if you watch this and you decide you want to play it, you can still read it and enjoy it.
Lady Arano is to be apprehended and taken alive by my command. Fail to follow these instructions, and you will have me to deal with.
Okay, we can lock on this guy real quick. Just take a quick look.
Orders?
Look at that guy. That is a cicada. As you can see, it's got a medium laser, a short range, a small laser, and a medium laser. It's ramshackle. That's a spider. It's pretty fast, but it's got almost no armor. Locust is the fastest mech, pretty much hands down, and you can pretty much beat it to death with a hammer. But they're fast. Those two are fast. There's just no way around that. So the cicada is the one I want to take out first. And I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. Sensor lock the cicada.
I've got a sensor lock.
And give my boys, which includes Kamea, a chance to smoke them. See, there comes the locust. Eat that little shit.
I'm losing armor.
We know. Trust me, we know. And there's the jump jet from this, oh, seriously? He did death from above?
Need it, Lady Arano.
Oh, that guy is so boned. You'll see here in a minute. Alright, so I picked from where I want to shoot, so I'm going to start from here. If I don't move at all, I move forward just a little. Much better. One more. Not really helping. Alright, but it will give me evasion. And I am gonna fire that at this guy. And
Engaging target.
hopefully I'll get a... Yeah, there we go. Took out half of his weaponry. Well, that's something else. The landscape can gradually be destroyed. Ish.
You're gonna regret that.
Yes, yes they are. They are very much going to regret it. Alright, come here.
Yes, I hear you.
No, you're going to LRM the cicada. What? But it's sensor locked. Crap nuts. Alright, fine. Alti strike. Yeah, every time you click one of those, it changes the marker. So if I pick the cicada here as C, A, B, C. So yeah. Nope. So the cicada's not in a good firing arc, so I'm going to take it out of the firing solutions. I thought. Well, I guess I can't. I know I have before, but okay. Firing.
Affirmative.
Generally not good for a cicada to get hit by, a locust to get hit by anything. And as you can see, that guy's instability meter went way up and knocked him right the hell over.
Incoming transmission.
Whoops.
Attention, citizens of Coromedere 6. This is Lord Santiago Espinosa. With the unanimous support of the founding houses, I have assumed control of the Oregon Coalition. For your own protection, I urge you to remain calm and stay indoors until otherwise instructed.
It's right
All
there.
hostile units, stand down, and you have my oath that you will not be harmed. Resist, and you will be fired upon.
Think I should resist?
My father placed his faith in that man. I gave him my trust. Family.
Okay, anytime a mech is knocked down, you can do a called shot. Now, if you're close enough to melee it, my recommendation is go for the leg or the center torso. Since it's already missing one leg, taking out the other leg will make it it will completely incapacitate the mech. So, whoops.
BattleTech down.
There's a chance he could have killed the pilot doing that. Oops. See now the Locust is maneuvered behind him. Back attack.
Armor breach. Internal damage.
Which is why you want to stay facing your targets and keep this kind of stuff in the forefront of your mind pretty much at all times. There we go. Let's see how it looks from here. Why wasn't it giving me readings for the rest of them? Okay, so from right here. Alright, there we go. Not close enough. Yeah, let's turn off the LRM for now. Alright, it's not going to work out well to shoot both of them. So,
I'm on it.
checking my heat. Looks good.
Discharging weapon.
So we take out the other arm. Well, guess not. So that leaves me to either shoot the cicada, melee the cicada, or shoot the locust, which... Oh, well, that was dumb of it, because it just put distance between it and me, which allows me to shoot it better. Tweet. What? No. Why is it? There we go. Stand still. Stand right here. Can't shoot the locust from here. Where is the cicada? Okay, that's just weird. Pretty sure it ran over there, but I guess I was wrong. I just don't belong. But then I've been there before. Took away my jump jets. Me no likey. Yeah. Too close. Yeah, I'm basically useless at this range. I was hoping we could kill them before we got to this port. Yeah, I'm gonna have to risk it. I'm going to try and kill, oops, the locust, so that
Engaging target.
Raj can, yeah, it didn't work, can either turn around and beat it to death, or can move and engage the cicada. But it did not work. Dang it. Alright. What do you want to do, boss? Yeah, it's not getting me any other positions to snap to. The only other option is to walk behind it and shoot it. Well, you hit it once with that autocannon. That'll pretty much be it. if you miss, well, that'll pretty much be it too. Punch it.
To hell with the rest.
The only thing that gets me about this game is you can destroy the right leg or the left leg and it can stand back up and run. Like that. So I don't technically know if you've destroyed the leg or not.
Bastard. That was a solid hit.
Yeah, we haven't even got to the boss of this part yet. So this little peckerhead is actually doing enough damage to really irritate me. Wait a minute. Why can she not just turn and punch this guy?
Reading loud and clear.
Well, that's interesting.
Tell me what you need.
I need to know why you can't punch this guy.
Sounds good. I'm moving.
Alright, so we're going to try and take out his other arm.
Engaging hostile.
Of course not. God, these guys don't miss. They're supposed to be recruits and they haven't missed but once. I guess that's to apply cinematic pressure. I mean, look, they haven't shot at me at all. They've been shooting at him nonstop. And I killed him.
Enemy mech destroyed.
The lightest weight mech hasn't been knocked out yet. And it's done the most damage to our heaviest mech. I got nothing.
Got my attention.
Crush him. Crush him he did. Like I said,
You get to that ship, Alexander. I mean it. We will not lose
that's the
man
next
by throne on the same day.
mission. And it will basically end this first act. Not act, set of scenes. Planetfall? I don't know. Opening scene. So now that Mastiff is a little banged up. Oh look, there's a vehicle. A pair of vehicles. So let's see, are they inside of sensor range?
Talk to me.
I always wait for him to call me Goose. And the answer is no, they are not. So I'm going to move to here.
Aye, aye.
And we're going to select one. Sensor lock.
I've got a sensor lock.
Alright, so what do we have here? This is a Scorpion. Fairly easy to kill. Pretty much a straightforward tank. As you can see, if I move to here, my line of fire stops. Where it intersects. Yeah. So, no can good shoot here. Can't see him from here. So basically I have no good firing solutions for this mech. So I'm just going to move up a little and manage my heat. And apparently I'm going to walk backwards, so I'm in the moonwalking mech. I'm going to brace myself, dissipate my heat, blah blah blah.
I'm listening.
Take Kamiya here. Since we have a sensor lock, and she does have a good firing solution, we're going to fire the LRMs and let the heat dissipate for everything else. So most of her heat, as you can see, that tiny little part right there, most of the heat's going to go away. And I'll at least put a dent in this guy. Ta-da! And as you can see, my sensor lock is now gone. So back to Mastiff again.
Orders?
Give me another sensor lock, buddy. Ooh, that's a heavier vehicle. Crap.
I've got a sensor lock.
Must be a striker. It is a striker. Alright, so a striker is a missile firing tank, basically.
I'll do what you ask.
So I'm going to take her out of the line of fire for the striker and shoot at it instead.
I'll do what you ask.
I hate strikers. Especially ones named William. So now I've got a good chance to just pummel this thing to death from a little sniper area. Up on higher ground, I have evasive, got a sensor lock, everything shows hittable at 85%. So 2 lasers and both autocannons should pretty much tear this thing apart.
Engaging target. Enemy unit destroyed.
Booyah! And now that I can see this, Mastiff doesn't have to sensor lock it. He can move and fire.
Affirmative.
Cool, huh? Now, line of sight doesn't give you as good a percentage of impact as a sensor lock does, but if you only have one mech with a sensor lock and it also has long-range weaponry, sensor locking is all it can do. So it can attack or sensor lock. It can't do both. So line of sight's better than nothing.
Standing by.
Speaking of which, the Kintaro has several medium and short-range weapons. And oh yeah! Ta-da!
Affirmative. Vehicle destroyed.
Alright, so here we go. I'll go ahead and move forward. I heard the beep of a sensor detecting something. Oh. Okay, on the very outside edge of my sensor range, there is a turret and an unknown something. And since it's in the same place and on a similar structure, I'm going to go with it's probably a turret. Which, of course, is just not cool.
Talk to me.
Goose. Talk to me, Goose. How many times have I got to tell you? It's Goose. Talk to me, Goose. Doddering old man. Probably never even heard of Top Gun.
Confirm.
But yeah, since his armor is kind of banged up. Alright, so this one is inside the sensor blue, and that one is not. Or it's red on the edge. So let's see if it'll let me. Yeah, it won't. Yeah, not quite close enough. Yeah, it won't let me do it. Alright, so he's going to brace as well.
You have my attention.
I don't want your attention. I want your money. Woman. I'm kidding. Kidding. Okay, it's definitely a turret. It is a light laser turret. Let's see if she can shoot it. Can she see them both? Nope, just the one. Why is it not letting me shoot? Oh, because it's not an enemy. Derp. Yeah, way to go, Captain Foreshadowing. Probably would have been better off saying, wow, this is a great place for an ambush. My name's Rob, and I'm a moron. Alright.
Orders?
Move out, Marine.
I'm listening.
Well, that's a first. I just don't trust... There it is.
As you command, my lady.
Oh, look! A dude just appeared out of nowhere. And he's got an autocannon 5, SRM-6, and a medium laser. So, he's medium and short range, and if I'm not mistaken, he has jump jets. So, she needs to shoot him with lots of stuff. Oh, she's going to have to multi-strike. Okay, multi-target. Let's see. Can only hit that one with the LRM, so he gets the LRM. So congratulations. And these two get to share everything else. Oops, not. Yeah. Oh, see? BBB. Alright, cool. So this is going to generate a lot of heat, but at least it's going to put a cramp in everybody's style. Well, everybody on that team. Or she's just going to flat out kill it. She's brutal. I like her. Damn it. Again. Really just pissing me off, dude. So I don't have multi-attack. My hit ratio's from right here. Ugh. Ew. What about that guy? Can I hit him? Yes! Much good. No, from here. From here. You silly, silly machine. Alright, so if I move up just a little bit, that'll be good. To hit both. Oh dear. Okay, so no. Why is this being such a butthead? Alright, I'll snipe the turret. And do almost nothing to it. So this is what I mean. It changes your hit probabilities, all kinds of stuff. Changes the outcome of every battle.
Got my attention.
Alright, so gonna have to move forward. Yeah, there's just no good range to shoot this guy at for some reason. I'm guessing it's the massive amount of evasion he's got right there. Even though he's... oh, he's a named character. Okay. I don't care.
Copy that. Aye, aye.
Bye-bye. I think that's what you meant, was bye-bye.
Target destroyed.
Yep.
That shot went internal.
Jump jets. It's got jump jets. And he's a moron.
Yes, I hear you. Location confirmed.
Well, you know how it is. It's all about location, location, location. Yikes, that doesn't drop her heat much at all, does it? Lasers build up a buttload of heat. God. Yeah, you can see the heat coming off of her mech here.
Locked in on the target.
My turn. Yeehaw me. It's almost no heat, so let's alpha strike him. See how long he lives. Miss? Miss? With an 80. I missed with an 80. Dude.
Orders?
Cheeseburger, I guess.
Roger that.
Thanks. Oh, hey, well, alright. I guess if you're already gone. I could give you the money when I get back. When you get back.
Copy that.
Tell me what you need.
I need a binder full of women.
Copy that.
That's bad. Sorry. Alright, 50-50 at hitting him in the torso. Alright, so I'm going to aim with the torso. Yikes. See if I can keep him down. Ah, damn it. There we go. You know what? I'm actually going to have to move where I can get a line of sight on him, because this is... Whoa, that was too close. So, according to this, I should be able to fire from this position. Let's find out. Sorry, buddy.
All weapons committed.
And I had to. Even though I had 80s, 5s, and 80s,
Destroyed.
I had to shoot everything before it would actually do enough damage. So, it just happens that way sometimes. I mean, it's nothing bad about the game. It's just, that's the randomness. I mean, we used to simulate that with die rolls.
Moving out.
Hey, why can't I move?
Roger that.
Can I join now? Thank you. Five minutes.
Thank you, Sir Rashu. Thank you both. I won't forget what you've done for me today.
You better not. Run!
Sounds good. I'm moving.
Yeah, enemy reinforcements. Right in front of us. So much for my valiant last stand.
Mission successful.
Okay. Now what happens next is pretty cool. So if you've liked what you've seen so far, you like the idea of how the game plays, that is a major element of the tactical combat. There's also the story and your character's development and allocating points into skills and money management, and it's a very rich and complex game that is not overly difficult or cerebral to learn. I can't say enough good things about it. They took the backer money and did so much, and there's still more coming. I'm looking forward to it. I will do this again next Wednesday, and you guys can pick it up from there. I'll see you then. I hope. Assuming it lets me stop. I'm assuming it's going to let me stop. I don't know what else to do. I got nothing. Wow, the computer locks up on me again. Okay. Well, if this is still streaming, I apologize because, well, I was trying to stop it at a non-cinematic portion of the game so that nobody would have a problem joining me for next time and picking it up from there. However, as you can see, it's being a real pain in the ass.